If marital sex is all about trust, connection, and respect from the woman's perspective, how is it that a married woman can cut off sex with her husband, the father of their children, and then enter into an affair with a married man? So my heart goes out to this man, and that it's clear this is what he's experiencing. And it's a very difficult situation to be in. So in answering the question, this is the story we tell the world, that for us as women, sex is about trust, connection, and respect. That's a story, and it's a lie that good men don't know any better in. Sex is a tool we use to get what we want as women, and we will abandon our responsibilities, abandon our marriage, the man we say we love the most, and go run off with someone who has no connection or respect for us, and there's no trust there. So that's just a story. The reason we cut off sex is because we marry for the wrong reasons.
So accurate. I gave my ex-wife everything I thought a woman wanted. We were financially secure. I paid all the bills. I bought her the house she wanted, the car she wanted, the clothes she wanted. I was home every night. Only thing she had to do was take care of me and the kids. She repaid me by cutting me off, having an affair, and divorcing me. I'll admit that I was naive, thinking that being a good provider was enough, but I came to realize that she married me for the wrong reasons. Vows were meaningless to her. 7 years later, I am still single. She is currently in her third marriage. I was not the problem, she was.
I want you to rate your wife 1 to 10 then.
Okay, as soon as you rate your husband 1 to 10. Mm-hmm.
You went around and you want all these women to rate themselves, right? So rate your wife.
On pure physical attractiveness at her age, my wife is about a 6. Now rate your husband.
I would
do it. Your turn.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't. That's right.
No, I told you I don't.
Distinction between honesty and a liar,
no, are you
ladies
saying
and gentlemen.
Rate him physically?
Yes,
on
physically only.
Not on my
only physically. Do it. I just did. Do it. You can't do it.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's right. You're not fucking doing it. Totally dishonest.
No.
Demands it from me, refuses to say it herself.
Because you're the one setting the standard.
My wife's literally watching it, guarantee she's not upset at all, but you can't answer the question honestly.
I think it's a disrespectful question.
Why?
Because I think
because it's true?
She thought she could outsmart him, but she forgot she is dumb. She's refusing to answer because she doesn't have a husband and will have trouble finding one. Real talk. When they're cornered, the personal attacks begin. Such weakness and ignorance. If she can't rate her own husband to me, it means she just married him because of his money, and she doesn't think he is attractive or even ugly. It's like she would walk right by him like a homeless person and not acknowledge his existence.
I have to have a really hard conversation with my husband. I have to basically tell him in a loving way that I really don't care what his dreams and aspirations are, that I really just need him to get a better job.
Oh, fantastic. This is incredible.
It was the I don't care part that got me. With that as an opener, you can forget about in as loving a way as possible.
85% of affairs start at
workplace,
work.
baby.
What's going on there?
So we've created the loneliest generation in human history, and we've taken that to our homes, and we've asked our spouses to be everything. They have to be co-earners, co-parents, co-house runners. You have to be hot until you're 95 and still sleeping together. You have to like the same things, go to the same things, eat the same things. No human being can bear the weight that unskilled modern marriage is putting on a single person. And so what you have is two people who are good at co-managing the house. I'll get Little League practice, you get this, I'll make sure we call the plumber, I'll get the trash out. And you have absolutely no shared purpose or building anything together.
My brother-in-law dated a coworker for almost 2 years. They had the same schedule, same job. She still cheated. Some people are just garbage.
I think that men because they're horny too.
I disagree.
One sec, guys.
Let's test that and see if you actually do disagree. Does every single time you have sex with a woman require consent?
Correct.
So if a husband wakes up in the morning and he has a boner and he leans over and starts banging his wife while she's asleep, is he raping her?
Yes.
Why is he doing that? Because he's horny?
I think because he assumes he has consent.
Yeah, so he's horny. Therefore, if it is the case that he's still raping her, even if he assumes he has consent and does not, that he's raping her because he's horny, right?
No, I don't think that he thinks he's graping her. The motivation behind grape is not that they're horny.
That's definitely his motivation behind that grape.
No, because he doesn't think he's graping her.
Why would it matter whether he thinks he's doing that or not?
Because that determines the motivation, right?
You're saying that men have to think that they're doing the act in order for them to be motivated to do the act? By the way, it means that I've graped my wife I don't know how many times.
That's a weird thing to admit.
No, I'm fine with it. She's also graped me by this metric too. She's woken me up with sex. So did we grape each other?
By definition, yeah.
Yeah, so we're both, she grapes me sometimes. A little grape here, a little grape there. She grapes a little, I grape a little.
That's weird.
I would love it if we could go back to speaking like normal human beings instead of coming up with censored words just because the system or the advertisers don't like it. If we can't talk about a subject properly, then how can we be expected to become stronger in facing and dealing with adverse subjects together?
Andrea, you said women are the prize?
Yes. So first of all, the men reach out to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we're the prize, period. That's literally the answer. First.
Starting to change.
You ask us to go out to dinner, you pick us up. If I thought you were the prize, I would be doing that for you. You know, it's like, but I'm not doing that for a guy.
This is rooted in cultural tradition, is based around kind of a remnant idea of not quite chivalry, but something close to that. Came from kind of 1700 European Commonwealth traditions when it came to courtship. Of course, men always approached women, and they had to go through the father, they had to go through the family, things like this. And there's a remnant of that went over into American dating and European dating, but that's become eroded. It's funny when women kind of about Andrew Tate, but Andrew Tate's popularity is because he's like, nah, you don't have to do that. If you work on yourself and you end up with a bunch of cash and you end up in really good shape and you kind of up your level, women will come to you. And he's right, they will. That women will be the pursuers if you are in a higher socioeconomic status that you put yourself in. He's like, why waste your time pursuing them when you can do A, B, and C, and then the women you actually want pursue you?
If women are the prize, then women are property. All these videos are the perfect example of not dealing with these creatures.
No matter how self-sufficient and how masculine a man is, but when a woman takes care of or predicts his needs before he says it, he can't help but melt. So if she knows he might be hungry and there's something ready, if she knows that he might be tired, there's a coffee ready, if she knows that he's got work in the morning, he's going to be in a rush, there's a shirt ironed, these kind of nurturing acts makes a man feel loved. And I don't think they realize it because they're so conditioned to not expect that from women anymore and see that as oppressive and see that as toxic.
One of my good friends works as an Amazon delivery guy, and he's one of the most disciplined stand-up men I know. His delivery route takes him through this ridiculously wealthy neighborhood. Mansions, luxury cars, the works. And you wouldn't believe some of the stuff he sees. He's told me more than once about lonely housewives coming out to greet him in nothing but a bathrobe, trying to strike up a flirty little chat. Smiling too wide, standing too close, accidentally letting the robe slip just enough. They know exactly what they're doing, and so does he. But my guy keeps his head down, says, "Have a great day," and moves on. Doesn't give them the satisfaction of a reaction. As much as he jokes about the primal side of him wanting to indulge, he respects himself too much to play into that mess. He sees through it for what it is, attention-seeking desperation masquerading as charm. He always says, "I hope those women figure it out one day," because he's not about to lose his integrity for a fleeting moment of validation. That's real masculinity. Not just knowing what you want, but knowing when to walk away from what you don't need.
All right, baby, hold on. I'm gonna take this call real quick. What's going on, bro?
What do you mean you have to take this call real quick? What's so important that you have to talk about out there that you can't talk about in front of me? No. Anything that you want to say to anybody, you can talk about in front of me. Because there should be no privacy between, like, what? Go ahead, proceed to talk. Close the door.
All right, bro.
Damn, bro, that's crazy. Hold on, let me step outside real quick. Damn!
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go talk to my boy real quick.
Why can't you talk to him in here? We're in a relationship. If he's telling you something, he's telling us something. So go ahead and put that on speaker and stay your little happy self in this car. Hello, friend. What are we talking about?
Yeah, you could just tell me later.
What do you mean? Why does he have to tell you later? Why are you being all sneaky?
take this car, okay?
No, come back here. You stay in the car and I'm gonna go stand outside real quick, okay?
For what?
You need your privacy, right? It's fine. Why do you have to step out? Let me step out. I'm not doing nothing here.
The last girl is normal. The first two are walking red flags.
Men are very simple creatures. I know that men do not respond well to being nagged. They don't respond to it at all. They don't respond to criticism. They don't respond to like attitude. They don't want to, even if we're right, having an attitude with a man is the worst thing you can ever do. You're never going to win unless you have a man with like truly absolutely no spine. And that's like not a relationship you want to be in anyways. Like men respond to us being feminine. Like that's to us like coming to them with in a calm voice and speaking our minds. This is what feminism should be. We are able to control situations by just being calm and being kind and being sweet.
Yeah.
And that's all. I just know that. Like, I know what men respond to.
Yeah.
And it's never attitude. They don't want to hear it.
And
it just sounds like this to them.
Yeah.
We are not simple creatures. We just don't like bullshit. That point about coming to us in a calm manner is spot on. You come to us hysterical, which is the default mode for most, and we instantly get our backup. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell. Support this channel through membership. You can also support through PayPal link in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.